Okay, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Last week we talked about demonstrative pronouns for masculine, for far and for close, for feminine and masculine. Inshallah, today's lecture will be about definite and indefinite articles in Arabic, which is al-ma'rifatu wal-nakra, and prepositions in Arabic, huruf al-jar, and separated pronouns. Looks so much, yeah?
Inshallah, we will go slowly and understand.
Actually, you later on realize that we are talking about a small piece of a picture in every lecture. Normally, for example, today we will talk about separated pronouns. We will only talk about the singular part. So it has singular, dual, and plural form. But today we mainly will focus on the singular part. So although it looks too much, we will just talk about a little bit on this topic, and then we'll go to another one, and then we'll go to another one. We'll try to exercise from our Arabic textbook, and we'll, of course, for next week we will give you worksheet to do it. Inshallah, in this way, slowly you'll start to understand and realize the whole concept of these things in Arabic. Okay. What will be covered in this lesson? Definite and indefinite nouns. When we say definite and indefinite nouns, we mean in Arabic, we mean al-ma'rifa, and this is definite one, and nakra. This is indefinite one. We will talk about what does it mean, through what things could be referred as definite or indefinite. There are some certain rules or certain signs for definite and indefinite. Prepositions, remember, last week we were talking about what? Words in Arabic. We said that there are the classifications of words goes like this in Arabic. First is what? Ismun, nouns in Arabic. Second one, fi'lun. There are nouns in Arabic, verbs, and what was the last one? Harf, which is prepositions. Yes. So when we say harf, we mean prepositions, and that this word that does not have any meaning without connecting or joining to something else. They need to join to something else to really make a meaning. For example, remember, be itself, it is in Arabic, it is a harf, and it means with or in, isn't it? For example, when we always say as Muslims, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. What does it mean? This B means in the name or with the name of Allah I start my actions, my deeds, whatever. So this is what? Preposition. It has different meanings, and today we will talk about that one as well. Separated pronouns, last topic for today. And this one is in Arabic, when we say separated pronouns, we mean damir. It is good to memorize these terms, and it is important to understand what does it mean. When we say separated pronoun, it is a damir. It is a pronoun that swap with noun. For example, when we say Ahmed, Mahmud, or Zainab, Fatima, we can also say he, she, isn't it? They. These are pronouns that we use instead of these nouns. So we'll talk about this one as well for today. So, definite and indefinite nouns. A definite noun is ma'rifah in Arabic, is the one that refers to a particular person, place or thing. So ma'rifah, when you say ma'rifah, it in terms of meaning, this term itself means something that known. Ma'rifah is known, isn't it? So when you say ma'rifah in Arabic, it should be a person, either person, thing, place that is definite. It is known by everything. For example, last week we talked about what? Khalidun. For example, let's say هذا. First talk about this one. هذا. What is هذا? Remember last week. This. Okay. What is the gender for this one? Masculine. In terms of number, 1, 2, 3,
One single.
more, singular, plural.
Singular.
It is just singular, yes? Singular. So it means this, and it is for one person or thing, and it is masculine. So, but what is what is هذا in terms of Arabic or English? It is a demonstrative pronoun, isn't it? Ismul ishara in Arabic. So it means that the thing or object or someone that I point out. If I can point out something, it is directly what? It is ma'rifah. I know that, that's why I'm pointing out. So when I say this is a book, this is a pen, this means it is in front of me. I can see, I know that, and it is definite, isn't it? So ma'rifah basically means person, place or thing that are known, are definite. Look at these examples. Al-kitabu, for example. It means the book, okay? The book. It is ma'rifah. Why? There are some signs, certain rules for ma'rifah. Not all of them are same. For example, this one, hada, is ma'rifah because it is ismul ishara. And it is, something that I point out. That's why ma'rifah. It is definite. But al-kitabu is definite because of the article in front of this word, which is al. Al makes this one ma'rifah. It is not by itself ma'rifah. For example, Haza or Khalid in second example, they are ma'rifah because every person is definite, Khalid is Khalid, even though someone else's name is Khalid, these two are definite and they have their own qualifications, they have their own aspects, isn't it? But to make normal words ma'rifah in Arabic, we have to put this definite article in front, which is al. This is actually today's definite and indefinite nouns are related to this one. These are just clues, the rest, Khalid and Hada, that later on you will see some other source of ma'rifah. That's why we put it here. Today's main object for ma'rifah and nekra, for definite and indefinite, is this definite nouns with al. Okay, what I mean we will see in our second part, which is indefinite one. So normally it means al-kitab means the book. This al part gives this meaning to the word. It is not, for example, if I say kitabun, This one is any book. Okay, could be this book, that book, the other book, could be any book. But once I said al-kitabu with this al, it directly makes this one specific, definite book. For example, we all read Quran. Look at the very, very beginning chapter. Alif Lam Mim. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. Look what it says in that second verse. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ. Look. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ, which has al in front. لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. So, it means, ذَلِك means, remember, هذا ذلك, that book, it is definite. Al-Kitabu, it is not any book, that revealed book to specific person. It has some certain message to humanity, has no doubt. So because of this L, I know that this book is special, definite, has certain qualification. It is not any book. It has certain really important one. So this is very important message. This is really extremely important in Arabic to understand the concept of ma'rifah and nakira, concept of definite and indefinite. It is really important. Okay, so this one is ma'rifah because of al. Khalid, every name for a specific person, each person's name is definite because everyone is definite and everyone is known by their own. Everyone's face are different. Their fingerprint is different. Many things has different qualifications. So everyone names itself, names for person, for cities, for countries, they are directly definite. They are directly ma'rifah. Al-Farasu, what does it mean? Al-Faras? Horse. But it is not any horse. Because of Al, I know this one is specific horse. The horse. So in English, it really corresponds to the article the in English. Normally, we use the in English for these definite things. It is similar thing in Arabic. Hada, I explained that one. It is definite because things that you point out, it should be definite and it should be known by the person who is pointing out. Indefinite noun, called as nakira in Arabic, is one that refers to any person, place or thing. For example, rajulun, a man, any man. Could be, these people, all of them, you can refer to a man. But when I talk to, for example, yesterday, I met with Ibrahim. He is a great man, for example. If I'm going to say that, I should use ar-rajulu instead of rajulun, because it is not anymore any man. He is specific man. I specified him with what? With my first sentence, that the person that I met yesterday, that man, the man is great man. In this case, I should use ar-rajulu. But to refer to any man, you should say rajulun. One important point, anyway, we'll explain in next slide. Medinatun, it means city, any city. Okay. Kitabun, book, any book. But if I say al-kitabu, it is not anymore any book. It is the book, specific one. Okay. Any questions so far?
Just also one question.
Yes.
Just in terms of farasu, is there a difference between that and hisan?
No, there is no difference. Both of them are horse, but in every language, things can be referred by several words. This is like this, You can say farasu, al-hisan, both of them same. Maybe in advanced understanding, in like balagha, that there might be some really specific differences between them. For example, this is jamalun in Arabic. What does it mean?
Camel.
Camel. In Arabic, to refer to a camel, they have more than 40 different words. For example, camel in age 1 is different. They refer them with different name. For 2 age, who gave once a bird is different, twice a bird is different. So this development is relevant to the culture. Because if you have advanced culture, things are small, even differences are makes a point, and they refer to that one as well, because they have really advanced culture in terms of this language. That's why there are some really important differences, but in general, which is we are really in the first step of Arabic, this is introduction, there is no difference. Any other question? No? Okay. Another important point, the Arabic definite article is al. So as I said, Ma'rifah has 7 or 8 different types of Ma'rifah. For example, we said Ismul Ishara, demonstrative pronouns are Ma'rifah. People's names are Ma'rifah. Cities' names are Ma'rifah. But in this lecture, we are specifically talking about Ma'rifah with al. So this al makes Ma'rifah. Look at, and it corresponds to the English the. When the definite article al is prefixed to a noun, naturally the indefinite article tanween is dropped. This is very important part. This is really important, and in terms of grammar you have to be careful about this one. Look, Baytun, this means a house. Okay, any house. It has tanween at the end. Okay, double damma. These are tanween. When we prefix al to this word directly, tanween, look, drops. One of them drops. It becomes al baytu. Baytun becomes al baytu. So it means in one word, tanween and al cannot occur at the same time. There should be either tanween, which is nekra, indefinite, or if there is al, there shouldn't be tanween. It is important rule in grammar. Okay. So in exam, for example, I'm talking from the perspective of students and giving you clues for exam. If we say put tashkil on top of this verse, and we gave you words that have al or not, you shouldn't use tanween here for al, and you must use tanween here. Okay? You cannot use tanween with al, never ever. And there are two important points in terms of al, definite and indefinite. First, to make a word definite, you have to prefix al. Second, when you prefix al, there shouldn't be tanween at the end. Two important points. And things, words with al are in Arabic are definite, and it becomes the house, the horse, the city. It is a specific one, and it is a definite one. Okay, look at the other examples. Mektebun. When you prefix el, what is? How should we articulate? El mektebu. Mektebun becomes el mektebu. Kitabun becomes el kitabu. Kalemun becomes el kalemu. Okay, this is the second important rule.
Can you repeat again, please?
Okay, once more. Look, how we make a word in Arabic definite. The rule is we should prefix el. Okay,
Yeah.
we put el in front of that word. Then it becomes definite. When I put el in front of this word,
Yeah.
directly this tanwin drops. Okay, mektebun becomes el mektebu. Okay, look, it was mektebun. When I put el in front, it becomes what? El mektebu. It is not anymore mektebun. Okay? Two things. To make it definite, I have to prefix el. When I prefix el, directly tanwin drops at the end. That's it. And meaning is also important. Mektebun is what? Last week we used this word. It is a
Book or table.
table, desk, yes. When you say el mektebu, the desk, specific one. Okay, it is not any desk. So kalemun, it is a pen. El kalemu, the pen. It is not, yes, it is specific one. Okay, you should know this one if you have done Tajweed class already. Sun and moon letters, solar and lunar letters. If you have done Tajweed course, you must know this part. The letter lam of the definite article el in some cases is pronounced and in some cases it is not, because it assimilates into another letter. Therefore, the Arabic alphabet is divided into two groups, solar and lunar. So, what we said just previous slide, we were talking about kitabun, and when I prefix el, kitabun, it becomes what? El kitabu. So, in this solar and lunar letters part, the important point is how should I articulate this L in different occasions. Okay, it is also important to know these rules. For example, in this one, al-kitabu, because kaf here for kitab, it is lunar. That's why I pronounce everything. I said al-kitabu. But we will see in a minute that there are sometimes some words that they are actually solar. They start with solar letters. That's why we are not pronouncing L at all. It assimilates, although when we are writing it is there, but when we start to pronounce it is not there anymore. Okay, look. So, for example, sun in Arabic is what? Shamsun. Okay. Sun is Shamsun. Shamsun with tanwin. When we prefix al to make this one definite, how we should articulate? No. Esh-shamsu. Esh-shamsu. We shouldn't pronounce lam. Okay? That's why we are pointing out these rules. So this lam part, it is assimilates. You shouldn't pronounce it because this letter is sooner. It is solar letter. Shin. That shin is solar. That's why it assimilates. Look, the lam in the Arabic word the sun, which is ash-shams, assimilates. It is written as al-shamsu. Look, lam is here in writing, but in pronunciation, articulation, it assimilates. It becomes ash-shamsu. Okay? It becomes ash-shamsu. The same applies with any other sun letter. These are sun letters. Ta, tha, dal, za. So in Arabic altogether there are 28 letters. 14 of them are solar. The other 14 is lunar. Okay, you have to memorize them. Actually, when you practice, you will get used to it, and you will not in articulation you will not do this mistake like al-shams or something like that. Okay, the definite article is not pronounced as al, but instead the lam assimilates to the first letter. It becomes ash-shamsu. Look, this lam is directly ignored and it becomes ash-shamsu. Okay, in the written language, lam in the definite article is retained. You have to write it all the time, but in terms of articulation, it just assimilates. In writing, it is always there. The gemination is represented by the shedda. So this shedda is used for that purpose. Shedda is this sign, yes. It becomes ash-shamsu. Because we assimilate lam, how are we going to pronounce it? So we have to use this shedda part. There are 14 sun letters. These are letters. And the next one is,
why we don't pronounce lam?
because the letter that comes after lam is solar. If it is solar letter, so these letters, these 14 letters, these are solar letters. You have to memorize these 14 letters. And when you understand this concept, you will not pronounce it because you know that this is solar. I shouldn't pronounce it, and I should shedda instead of that. The other 14 is moon, lunar letters. For example, what is moon in Arabic? Qamar. Actually, that's why they named as lunar and lunar letters. Look, Qamar is moon in Arabic. Qamarun. When I prefix al here, how should I pronounce this? Al-Qamaru. That's right. Al-Qamaru. Look, in this one, lam is there and you should pronounce it with sukun for these 14 letters. Okay? So, lam is there and in writing it is there. In terms of articulation, pronunciation, it should be also pronounced. It does not assimilate. Okay? The lam in the Arabic word, the moon, al-qamar, does not assimilate and it is pronounced clearly. So we pronounce as we write. Okay, it has written as al-qamaru and we pronounce as al-qamaru as well. There is no assimilation there. the definite article is pronounced as the way it is written, and there is no assimilation, no gemination. In this case, the letter lam will always carry a sukun. This is also important. It should always have what? Sukun. There is no shadda, okay? It should always have sukun there. So the other 14 letters are lunar letters.
So in this thing we have this al and with sukun.
Yes, in this 14
Yeah.
we have, like for example, let's use an example with ba. For example, what? Baytun. Okay. Baytun starts with ba, isn't it? Baytun. Prefix al.
Al
Al.
baytu.
Baytu. It should be without tanween because it is definite. So I should pronounce al as well. Lam should have sukun. Another example for jim. Jami'atu. For example, Jamia means university, yes? Jami'atun. Prefix al.
Al jamia.
Al jami'atu. Ending should be with one damme, not tanween, because it is definite. When I prefix al, there shouldn't be tanween here. Al jami'atu. Look, I pronounce L as well, but in solar letters, for example, let's say Seifun. How should I pronounce this one with L? If I prefix L here, it becomes
As-sayfu.
as-seifu. Look, I assimilate lam. I didn't pronounce it at all. As-seifu. So ending from tanween, it drops to one damme. Okay, it is not seifun anymore. You can never ever say as-seifun with tanween because there is no there is L. I cannot pronounce it. It is definite. Okay, is that clear? Any question?
What
Yes.
about lamb?
Lam.
Because it all revolves around lamb, but what happens if you have lamb?
For example, where is lam? Look at the 14 letters. It is not here. It means it is solar letter. So let's say lam'atun. Lam'atun means a piece of light. Okay. So prefix al. How should I pronounce this one? Al-lamatu. Tashdid with shadda. Same thing.
Wouldn't they both sun and moon? So
But-
wouldn't it be counted as both sun and moon letter?
It is solar letter. That's why we make it with tashdid. Remember, look. Esh-shamsu. Esh-shamsu. There is tashdid here. In this one, it becomes al-lam'atu. There is also tashdid here. Same thing applies. There's no difference. Okay? Come on. I think we have to